thinking the 1980s was going to be the decade of the Hispanics. And it didn't seem to me that it would be 27 or 28 years before the sleeping giant would finally wake up. But I wonder, what do we really have? Have we woken up, or are our best days still yet to come? And for me, it's exciting to see guys like Fernando and Vince and Mike Milani. Those are the ones I know for sure that are running, and I'll learn the others to see them running, because we need to stand up and we need to make a difference. In the state of Nevada, there are probably 50 to 100 judges. But in the state of Nevada, there's only one Hispanic judge, and that's Valerie Vega, and she's only part Hispanic. So that tells me we have work to do. Well, Mike Milani, I forgot. Well, still, our numbers are very pitiful. And that's one of the reasons that I chose to run for the Nevada Supreme Court. I mean, actually, I was planning to run for district court and that type of thing. And then Judge Moffitt, one day I'm reading the newspaper when I'm going down with $150 in my pocket to file, and I go, oh my God, you know, this is like one of those opportunities. He surprised everybody. So I went to the ATM to get another $150 and went down and ran for the Supreme Court. And one of the reasons I didn't want to run for Department 25 is my good friend Nancy Alf, who I've been trying to get for 10 or 15 years to run. I didn't want to run against her because she had already filed for Department 25. So at any rate, I promised a noble, decent campaign. I like the way that Barrack Obama has been campaigning so far. I like the fact that the last two Republican standing are John McCain and Mike Huckabee, who ran essentially positive campaigns. And so for me, if you look at all of the races that I've run, I've always tried to take the high road, because that's what I believe is how you inspire people. You don't inspire people by attacking them. You don't inspire people by being negative. And for me, I feel that's one of the reasons that people are very, very turned off to politics. It's always very negative. So, and there's always going to be people that criticize you. When I was a young lawyer in Sacramento, one of the clients I used to have was the United Farm Workers. And one of the people he met there was Cesar Chavez. And he basically, and he was a vegetarian, by the way. He would never eat meat, and he always wore white socks. I don't know why. But at any rate, he would say, Don, we come into life with enough enemies. We don't need to go into the world making more enemies, because you're going to have plenty of them. And that's why, for me, I think it's important for us to be positive and try to find something good in the situation that we happen to be in. Now, politics is a dirty game, very, very dirty game. And I go to one of my heroes from Mexican history, Porfirio Diaz, who used to say, in politics, all friends are false and all enemies are real. Okay, and a few weeks later, he was killed by his vice president. So, in that sense, this is a very, very dangerous game, and that's why I feel that the inspiration, and I happen to be a Republican, and I'm very, very enamored with Barrack Obama, and I can't figure out why Hispanic immigrants don't like Barrack Obama, but it's like the Chicanos like me that were born here, grew up here, or the educated ones are willing to say, he's good for the Hispanic community. But that's a discussion for another day for now. Yes. To figure out why the Hispanic community is divided into two between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. But at any rate, for me, life is about, you've heard the cream rises to the top, okay? And that's what I've tried to be is, it doesn't matter where I go, whether I'm in California, whether I'm in college, whether I'm doing immigration law, or whether I'm working as a judge. I mean, when I was a judge, I was there and I was willing to make bold decisions. I see Judge Mosley there, he and I served together, and he'll tell you, Don, I don't want to use a bad word, but Don had guts, all right? And I'm kind of impressed, pardon?
Still do.
I'm kind of proud that Judge Mosley the other day, and it's not that she's a fellow politician, but I'm kind of proud of the fact that Judge Mosley stood up on the case against Lynette Boggs McDonald and said, hey, the DA's office is overcharging this case. Now that takes courage to do something like that, and I'm not just saying that because he and I share the same first name, but I respect Judge Mosley for doing that, because part of what a judge's job is to do is to keep the government honest. We're there to hold the government accountable. And if the government is getting carried away, whether we're talking about the Patriot Act, whether we're talking about people's rights, Whether we're talking about the rights of women or the rights of minority, the job of a judge is to uphold and defend the law. That's what I did as a district court judge. That's what I tried to do as a lawyer, and that's what I'll do if I have the privilege of being elected to the Nevada Supreme Court this coming November. So I look forward to meeting you out on the campaign trail. I look forward to having a good discussion with my opponents, and I look forward to getting your support. Thank you.